Hi everyone and welcome to this week's EBC video. We are in the EBC home this week for the first time because we've got a beautiful Christmas tree here, we've got Mary here, we've got the word joy here. We're going to be thinking about Luke 1. It's verses 39 to 55 and it starts with Mary's visit to her relative Elizabeth and it ends with the Magnificat. Now, this is a really famous passage where Mary is describing how blessed she is by the Lord after Gabriel has visited her. But it starts actually with Mary running with haste to visit Elizabeth. And when she gets there, the baby John, who is still in Elizabeth's womb, jumps for joy. And then Elizabeth says, "Blessed is she who believed that the words that the Lord had spoken to her would be fulfilled." And she's talking about Mary. And the Magnificat, when Mary starts next with the words, "My soul magnifies the Lord," is really the response to what Elizabeth has said to her. Elizabeth has said, "You are blessed." And we all have that moment, by the way, right? When we've done something and maybe we've done something actually that's really good. It's not Mary level good here, but it's good. And then somebody says, "Oh, you're fantastic." And you have that pause and what am I supposed to do with that? And sort of agreeing is hard, right? But you have that moment where you might say, as Mary does, "Oh, this is something that God has sent me to do. This is something that I'm blessed to be able to do." And it's sort of Mary's reaction in that moment. As Elizabeth says, "You are blessed," she deflects the attention from her back on to God. "My soul magnifies the Lord." But there's something more to it than that, right? There's a moment where when Gabriel comes to Mary and says, "This is what's going to happen," where Mary could have kind of just been like, "These are things happening to me. I'm sort of just the vessel for what's going to happen for the world." And instead, Mary's reaction for Elizabeth is, "My soul magnifies the Lord." And I love the word magnifies. It feels like it's something more than just, I'm sort of doing what the Lord's got for me. It is, I'm embracing what the Lord has for me to do. I'm actually adding to what the Lord has in mind for me by my own ability and effort and willingness and belief to do it. So as we think about what Mary's gift was, think about it like this for a moment. That what is the blessing that Mary received? Obviously, she's known as Jesus' mother. And in fact, the Magnificat describes that she'll be known as that for forever. But she's actually blessed to be a servant in this instance. She's blessed because of what she will do that God has asked her to do. And so that's really a fantastic piece of this. We're here in part because we've got this beautiful Christmas tree here. And last week we're in New York and we see the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. And, if all we were thinking about for Christmas was just, experiencing Christmas from afar or being just a part of the way in which the public sees that and just sort of seeing the Christmas carols and the lights and those sorts of things, that would be one thing. But we bring Christmas into our homes and into our hearts because we believe, like Mary did, that God has asked us to be servants and we feel blessed because of that. The opportunity to do those things for God is something we embrace and we magnify God when we do those things as well. Now, we could stop right there, and that's a fantastic point. But I also do want to focus on one other thing in this story, and it is just sort of the way the story begins in the first place is Mary has just heard from the angel Gabriel, and then the very next thing that happens, what starts this story is Mary goes with haste to see a family member, and Elizabeth. And it is super important that what happens is Mary says to herself, I'm going to experience this with someone else who loves me, with a family member. And so one of the things that we know is tradition at Christmas is to get together with family. And Mary shows us in what she does that even an experience that an angel has told her is going to happen is a better, more comfortable experience with your family members. So just to pause for a moment, you all know that if you've seen these EBCs, they've been going for almost 2 years now, and I love doing them, and I love the fact that you're sharing them with me, and so thank you very much for the fact that you do share those with me. And I want to thank someone else too, my family member that experiences all this with me is my intrepid camera person, and it's her birthday today as well. So I just want to say that, like Mary, who ran to Elizabeth to say, let's experience this together with family, it is so important to me to experience this, what we get to do each week, with family as well. So thank you to my camera person, and everyone, have a great time this week experiencing Christmas with those that love you, whether it's together, whether it's on a Zoom call, whether it's with a phone call, whether it's sending a note, whatever it is you get to do, experiencing God's work is better with someone you love. So everyone, have a fantastic week.